I appreciate the opportunity to address this gathering on behalf of Israeli soldiers missing in action, most from as long ago as the 1982 war in Lebanon. I regret that I can't be there in person, but very much wanted to commend the International Coalition for Missing Israeli Soldiers for their truly admirable work on behalf of those who remain unaccounted for, as well as the families that suffer the fate of not knowing. As this tape is made, the last Israeli soldiers are leaving southern Lebanon, but this dinner tonight is a stark reminder that the last Israeli soldier has not in fact come home. With that withdrawal, the issue of those soldiers missing in action must once again be thrust to the forefront. There is no greater pain than the loss of a child. Over time, you learn to live with the pain. To know that your child was captured alive and held as a prisoner, possibly never to be heard from again, however, is a pain that endures in an entirely different way. The sense of unknown prevents the closure essential to the healing process. If there is any chance that the child is alive, you will do anything to get him or her back. To be kept in the dark about that child's fate as a matter of policy, however, is to endure an act of cruelty foreign to the nature of most civilized societies. The families of Zachary Baumel, Zvi Feldman, Yehuda Katz, and Ron Arad have lived with that pain for over 15 years. As parents, our hearts go out to them. As activists, we admire their courage and fortitude in the pursuit of answers about the fate of their sons. They are an inspiration to many, and I can only hope that our combined efforts will help them to resolve the case of soldiers who are missing in action, who are not mere statistics, but the center of the lives of those who love them, and of a nation known for its extraordinary efforts at bringing home its captured and killed personnel. The United States of America continues to struggle with the fate of its own missing soldiers from World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. It's an issue that haunts us more than a quarter of a century, since Operation Homecoming brought hundreds of American prisoners, myself included, home from Vietnam. The American public holds dear the effort to account for its missing. Israel is a country for whom accountability sets a standard unknown anywhere in the world, probably in history. Its history of releasing prisoners of war captured by the Israeli Defense Forces, as well as terrorists from another kind of war, by the hundreds, in exchange for handfuls of Israeli real soldiers, is well established, and speaks to the centrality of the worth of the individual to Israeli society. One example worth noting was the May 20th, 1985 release of 1,150 Arab prisoners in exchange for 3 known Israeli prisoners from the war in Lebanon. That exchange was symptomatic and symbolic of the value Israel places on the recovery of its soldiers. It's difficult not to be touched by that phenomena, repeated numerous times over the years. It is imperative that the United States continue to make known to Israel's partners in the peace process, as well as to those who reject that process, that our own commitment to the intrinsic worth of the individual is shared by Israel, and that we stand together in demanding accountability for Israeli families whose loved ones remain missing in action. The family of Zachary Baumel, in particular, an American citizen, must know that his government is doing everything in its power to secure its release. To do otherwise would be to abandon our most fundamental responsibility. Again, I regret that I was unable to be in Israel for this memorable and poignant occasion. Please know that my thoughts are with you, and that I will continue to press the American government to never, never let Israel's neighbors in Lebanon, Syria, and in Iran forget that Israel does not stand alone in its efforts to recover its missing servicemen and women. Like those who gave their lives so that Israel could survive, the missing must not be forgotten, ever. Thank you.